he's done under the hood, he's going to raise the car on a lift and remove the wheels so he can check your brakes and the tires for proper operation and brake wear and tire wear. Here he's checking the air pressure in all the tires to make sure the air pressures are set at the right pressure. Here he's measuring the tire depth of the tire to make sure there's plenty of wear left on the tire. Here he's checking the brake wear to make sure there's plenty of brake pads left on the brakes. That's what a set of bad brakes would look like. Here he's putting the tires back on now that the brakes are okay. He knows that you can stop the way it's designed to stop. After completing the tire and brake inspection, he's going to raise the car.
Service advisor's attention, or the customer. During our certified inspections here at Arlington Toyota, not only do we check the vehicle and that it's in good mechanical operation, we also check the vehicle for anything that may be cosmetically displeasing. Today you got to see a small portion of the thorough certified inspection we do here at Arlington Toyota. These are standards that are given to us by Toyota, and nothing goes unlooked. When you purchase a certified vehicle,
This piece goes, this tabby goes in here. Make sure it's the seats in at the bottom here. This goes here. Just snap it in back. You have to wiggle it a little to go back on. It's back on there. Gotta push it forward. So it goes on there. That's it. Simple to do. You can do it yourself. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share the video. Leave any comments. Subscribe to see more videos. And thanks for watching.
Anticipation. That stressful feeling you get when the jinx called the Nellies enters your mindset. Here is some drift route to help calm your nerves, to quiet the Nellies.
Here, you always want to follow the arrow and show me this height, like how fat it is. Right now. It's not too fat, and it's a skinnier filter. So the filter is down here. If you go under the glove box, it is. These filters, they squeeze out of there. You see how this one's coming out? It's squeezed in there. And that's how these filters come out. When you put this filter in, all you do is you squeeze it, just like that. You squeeze the filter, you push it in there, and once it goes in there, it opens itself up. And there's the filter. That's the cabin filter. And this was the cover that goes there.
Makes it a lot easier when you're taking the spark plug out, or especially when you're putting a new spark plug in. You want to finger tighten it when you're putting it in, so by gripping the extension, it screws in nice and smooth. And for those hard to reach spark plugs, I have a video on how I changed the spark plugs on this GM 3100 V6 engine. The 3 spark plugs in the back were really difficult to get to, even after taking off the coil packs. But with this extension, it helped a lot. I'm not getting paid for this endorsement. I just figured it would make your life easier if you have those hard to reach spark plugs. And the other tool I recommend is a flex head ratchet. And this one is extendable, so it gives you a lot more torque. If you have a hard to remove spark plug, it just makes it a lot easier. So
now what you want to do now is let it idle a half an hour, shut it off, see if you can do its thing,
watching Celebrity Bonding. There's a lot of great people playing on the show. They're all gonna get their ass whooped either way.
Bullseye.
It's a dirty game already.
Other obvious oil leaks. Get your bright little flashlight, look all around. And I don't see any place else is getting on anything. The rest of it's pretty bone dry. Now, the lady who owns this car is a new customer. She had taken it to one of these chain discount auto repair shops. Some young kid. She knew something was up. That they didn't do a very good job fixing it. They said they put a valve cover gasket in. Well, we're going to take it apart, see if they actually did, or if they totally ripped her off, or, probably even worse, they put the gasket on crooked or something and it was leaking even worse. So let's take it apart. It's a relatively easy job, and I just got a few of my tools in this plastic case. I have to keep running back and forth. Basically, you just need the sockets, a ratchet, and a little extension. And the first thing we're going to do with the 10mm socket is take off the stupid beauty cover just in the way. Really doesn't serve any purpose other than making it more annoying to repair. Take the two bolts off. Get out of the way. Then we're going to remove the ignition coils because they're in the way. It's another 10mm. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can take them all out easily. I put the screws up here so I don't lose them. And if you're the forgetful sort, take a picture of it with your phone. Then you'll know which one goes where and you won't screw up putting it back together. Oh, just move out of the way. Volkswagens are endless money pits, as you're finding out. You need to buy an expensive new computer for it. Well, everything on Volkswagen is so computer run. I had that same problem happen with a customer years ago. They had the computer changed at another shop and it ran okay, but it didn't shift right. Well, it turns out that Volkswagen has the computers, they're coded. And when they're made, they're coded either for a standard transmission or an automatic transmission. And when I hooked up my fancy Volkswagen scan equipment, I found out that the ECM that the other shop had put in had been coded for a standard transmission, but my customer had an automatic transmission. So, go to a better mechanic and have them check. All they gotta do is plug it in and they can go through their Volkswagen stuff and they can see what it's coded for. And it could very well be that yours is coded for a standard transmission and all it has to do is be recoded for an automatic transmission. I've seen that before, but that's how Volkswagens are. You change a stupid part on them, you gotta recode the computer. They're just absolute monstrosities when it comes to fixing them, which is why I tell people, if you have it, and if you hook up a scan tool and it says PO301 cylinder 1 misfire detected, then today's your lucky day because I'm going to show you how you can diagnose that problem. Now in this car, the spark plugs and the ignition coils have been changed and it still has that misfiring code. Now of course, so we'll take out a couple spark plugs and then hook up this handy compression tester. They don't cost much at discount auto parts stores and they're really handy. You can use them on any vehicle you own. You simply get the end that screws into the engine and screw it in. Then hook the gauge up to it. It just plugs in. You just crank the engine over and see what the pressure is.